Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. If you are watching me for the first time, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with busy professional women to teach them how to attract and keep the husbands that they deserve. The way that I do this work, threefold. Number one, I have my 12-month mentorship program, The Partner You Deserve, which teaches my clients, busy professional women, how to get into the best relationships of their lives in 12 months or less. I also have my yearly exclusive international retreat where this year we are going to St. Martin. It's called the Ready, Set, Love Retreat. There is one room left. And in that retreat and in that space, I work with women no matter where they are in their romantic lives so that we can level up. If that means level up physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's all about showing up as the best versions of ourselves for ourselves and also by default, everyone we're in relationship with. And then last, but certainly not least, I also have my private community, the Future Wives Club, that is hosted on Patreon. And in that community, we have exclusive content, exclusive trainings, ebooks that cannot be found any other place. And we have twice monthly meetings. I call them mentorship sessions so that I can answer your questions all around dating and relationships. But the most important thing is that you are getting into the room. And the way for you to get in the room so you can transform your love life in 2026 and beyond is to first start with my training, The Partner You Deserve, which will be this Thursday, February the 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go ahead and put the links so that everybody has access. I'm going to start first with Instagram. So if you're watching me on Instagram, I don't want you watching me on Instagram. I want you watching me on YouTube. But I know y'all tend to be hard-headed. So I'm going to put the link, but I can't answer no questions on Instagram. I can't read your comments on Instagram. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, then you need to come over to YouTube. Stop being so difficult. Hi, Jenny. You need to come over to YouTube. All right. But if you are joining us on Instagram and you want to be a part of the private live training, it's $27. What you're going to do, you're going to comment or DM the word deserve, comment or DM the word deserve, and then the link will be there for you. Okay. I'm coming back over to YouTube. That's all I can see now. By Instagram, I can't see you, right? If you were watching me on YouTube, that's where you need to be. So let me give you guys that information to join us for the full length with slides, with Q&A, and with a special super discounted offer to work with me. Join me for the training that is on Thursday, 7 p.m. Let me put the link so that we have that information. And then we're going to get to what we're getting to for today. All right, good. So now we are ready to get into it. So again, welcome. Please share, like, subscribe if this has been valuable or if you find this to be valuable by the end of our live stream today. I have 15 people who are watching this live right now, and I do not have 15 likes. I don't know why, but you need to get to it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and drop whatever questions or comments you may have. Please introduce yourself so that I can welcome you as well, and then we can get into it. All right. So as I shared before, I have the live training that's on Thursday, right? And it is called My Partner You Deserve Training. Why? Because what I teach in that training is the same exact 5-step proprietary system that I teach my clients in my 12-month mentorship by the same name, right? So again, I have the 12-month mentorship where I teach this 5-step proprietary system, and I'm going to be teaching that same 5-step proprietary system in the training on Thursday. So what I've been doing is I've been giving you guys a little bit more context behind the way that I teach and the way that things work so that you can be better prepared for the training on Thursday. That is private, slides, Q&A, and an offer to work with me. Got it? Good. And I don't do fluff. You will be walking out with solid next steps. So with that being said, one of the most important steps in getting into the best relationship of your life, and I presume getting into a long-term committed relationship, I presume it resulting in a healthy, happy marriage, is you first need to be clear on exactly what you're looking for in a partner and a partnership. Now, you've probably heard me say 1,000 times about the non-negotiables. Your non-negotiables are the behaviors and traits that a potential partner must seemingly have in order for you to date them. I'll say it again. Your non-negotiables are the behaviors and traits a potential partner must seemingly have in order for you to date them. Yes? And that's key, right? We have to make sure that there's compatibility. We have to make sure that the person that you're dating is someone who can fulfill your needs. And of course, you can fulfill theirs. Got it? Good. Another part of the equation that's not taken into account, especially for my busy professional women, because that's who I work with. I work with women who are like me. I work with entrepreneurs. I work with college educated women. I work with women who started businesses. I work with vets. I work with doctors and lawyers and nurses and all of the things. The people who work hard and have worked hard for their lives. Therefore, they may not have the experience of dating through the years because they were so invested in building their business. They were so invested in serving their country. They were so invested in their education. They were so invested in whatever. And then now we're sitting back, we're 35, we're 40. We're like, oh, shoot, hot dang. I did not invest time in learning how to date successfully. And especially for my women of color, especially for my Black women, especially for my immigrant first generation women who are taught to avoid dating. Don't worry about boys, worry about your books, right? I'm sure that sounds familiar for a lot of us. We missed the experience of dating. Therefore, you need to figure it out now. And fortunately or unfortunately, time is of the essence. So now we have to act, right? And so a major component of dating successfully is not only being clear on what you require out of the partner, out of the man, out of the husband, but it's also what do you require out of the relationship in and of itself. Let me break it down in a way that I think that you guys would be able to appreciate. So let's say you're a part of a hiring committee, right? You work on your job and you are a part of the team that decides who gets to be added to the team. You look at someone's resume, or the powers that be look at a resume, HR, they look at the resume, right? They determine whether or not the person has the basic level of education, if they have the examples, if they have whatever, right? That's what they decide. Now, once they have that, once on paper, they have the non-negotiables. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Once on paper, once on the resume, they have the non-negotiables. That person is then introduced into an interview, an in-person interview, maybe, via Zoom, but you get the point, right? A face-to-face interview. So first, the person must have the non-negotiables. Do they have the work experience? Do they have the education? Do they have the certifications? Do they have the licensure, right? Do they come from the right schools? Do they have the right background? That's on paper. Those are the non-negotiables. Now they are invited into the actual interview, right? And so once they're invited into the interview, I want you to think about that as your first phone call. That's the interview. I want you to think about the date. That's the interview. Now that we're on the interview, we are qualifying to ensure what was on the resume is what is actually showing up in front of us. But also, we need to make sure that whoever that we are dating also has a similar vision for their life. If they are a good culture add, if they would make a good fit onto the team, if they would make a good fit in this office, a part of this work community, are they a good fit for the culture, right? That the community has in this workspace. It's not only about having and checking off he's college educated and he's tall, dark, and handsome, and he's a Christian and he makes all this money. It's not only that, but does this person or would this person be a good fit here? Because just having the qualifications doesn't mean that that person would be happy employed in that office. And it doesn't mean that the people in that office would be happy with his work as he shows up. And it could be that another office would be a perfect fit for him. He's a good person. He's just not an appropriate match for this office and this culture ad. Does this make sense? So again, I'm talking to busy professional people because busy professional people have a lot of work experience. So when I'm making this connection for Peter, who's asking, is this dating or is this a job interview? The people that I introduce into my life absolutely are going to be vying for a spot. It is a job interview, right? The job of spouse, the job of husband, the job of father. And so would I. I need to make sure if I were a single woman that the gentleman that I'm dating, he is sure about me. He is sure that I am a good fit. He is sure that I would make a good husband, a good wife, or a good spouse, or a good mom to his future children. So it absolutely is a job interview because there are roles and we are fulfilling roles, and relationships are work. and marriage is work. And so, yes, it's a job. It's a responsibility. And it's also romantic, and it's also fun, and it's also lighthearted, and it's also fulfilling. Yeah, it's a job. And so, again, I'm speaking to my audience. I'm speaking to busy professional women like me who understand examples and comparisons to work because that's what they know and that's what they excel at. And they recognize that dating is not really something that's their strong suit. So I'm absolutely going to use that to illustrate a point. But thank you, Peter. I appreciate you. Okay. So with that being said, let's get to teaching. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this. In my past life, I was a social studies teacher. Okay. Tenured social studies teacher in New York City Department of Education, as well as a guidance counselor. So I love to teach. Yes. So with that being said, what are we talking about today and what are we breaking down? So if you are not clear on what your goals are, then you are going to be dating blindly. You cannot afford to date blindly. We are not 19 years old. We are dating with intention. We are dating with purpose, right? Our intention is to be in a healthy, happy, committed relationship with someone else who's also happily with us. Our intention is to build a life with this partner. Our intention is to travel the world or have children or have children, buy a house, buy multiple properties, start a business, break generational curses, establish generational wealth. And so we can't just get into this thing willy-nilly and hope for the best. We have to have a structure. We have to be intentional. Okay. So if you're not clear on what your goal is, you are dating blindly and you don't need that. Instead, we have a strategy. So let's talk about what that strategy is. All right. So what are we going to do? Number one, you need to understand that discernment starts with clarity. You cannot vet, you cannot choose, you cannot position yourself properly if you are not clear on what the actual goal is. So let's establish the goal. All right. So here we go. And it's going to be my relationship goal. Okay. And we're going to put this in a circle. So if you guys remember when we were in school, many times, let me get away from the light. Okay. So many times we had a word that was in the middle. This time we're having a phrase, my relationship goal. And then we have the circle. And then what do? We had like these spider lines, right? That came out from the word, and then it allowed us to add more context to whatever the word or the phrase was that was right in the middle. Y'all with me so far? Y'all can see this good? My relationship goal in a circle, and then we have lines that are coming out of it. Okay, good. So this is where most women skip steps and they're dating men just based on who they are as a person without dating towards a goal. And then that's a problem because now you're wasting their time if they don't have a similar vision as you. They don't want marriage, you do. They want no children, you want children, or whatever that looks like. So don't waste their time and don't waste yours. So do not only date the individual, you also need to be dating towards a similar vision and a similar goal. All right. So now that we have the lines, what are we writing on these lines? How do we establish a relationship goal? How do we get clear on exactly what we are looking for? And what you want is different from what I want, is different from what he wants, is different from what she wants. So we need to be absolutely clear on how to establish your relationship goal. So what are we looking for? Number one, lifestyle. Okay. So on our board, what do we have? We have lifestyle, right? We need to make sure that the person has a similar vision for what their lifestyle will look like with a partner, just as you would. Because again, you don't want to waste their time. You don't want to waste your time dating people who don't have a similar vision of lifestyle. And again, this is why I work with busy professional women, because they have a certain level of lifestyle they have established for themselves, and they are not willing, nor should they be. They are not willing to give on that. So that's a part of the vetting that you need to do. Do they have a similar vision for what the lifestyle will look like once they're in a relationship, once they're married, and if you guys decide to have children? So lifestyle, you need to determine what lifestyle you want to live. All right. Bullet point 2. If they are, I'm going to put emo, but it's going to be emotionally available. So I put emo available, but that's going to be emotionally available. All right. Do they have the capacity to express themselves appropriately and to share a romantic life with anybody? Because if they don't, it's going to be quite hard for you to function in a romantic relationship with them. All right. Now I'm going to put this as leadership / partnership style. Leadership / partnership style. All right. What's their leadership style? What's their partnership style? What do they think their role and responsibility is in the romantic relationship? What do they think your role, or a woman? It doesn't have to be you. It actually shouldn't be you because we're not together yet. So what do they think their role and responsibility is in the relationship? What are their expectations for the woman that they're seeing? Right? That needs to be clear, and you need to be clear on what that vision looks like for you. Okay. Timeline. The timeline is key, y'all. The timeline is key. Where is it? Right here. Timeline. Where do they see themselves in regards to romance in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 2 years? Do they have a vision or a desire to be in a committed relationship? Do they have a vision or a desire to be married, right? If they don't believe in it, it doesn't matter if the man is great. If you're just coming in, we just talked about a great man. He has all of the accolades. If he doesn't have a similar vision for what a romantic relationship looks like to his person, then that means he's an inappropriate match. That means you need to be clear on these things, right? I know my handwriting is terrible. So I have my relationship goal that's in the middle. What are the things that we're looking for? This person lives a similar lifestyle as you and desires to keep a similar lifestyle as you envision. Timeline. Do they envision being in a healthy, committed relationship? Do they desire it? If so, when? Marriage, when? Children, when? Leadership or partnership. What are the roles and responsibilities for the partners that they are with? What do they expect, and what do you expect? Are they emotionally available? We're going to add one more bullet point to this, which is not for everybody. Well, I guess it's for everybody, but it's family vision. What is the vision that they have? Where did I put it? Okay, family vision. What is the vision that they have? Do they want children? Do they want more children? Do they want no children? Do they want to adopt? Do they see themselves taking care of their elder parents? Is that a vision that they have? Is that the expectation? Do they have a disabled sibling, a disabled child that they anticipate having to care for the rest of the life? What is the family vision? When you orchestrate your goal, and that's what you're going to do tonight, if you are serious about getting your love life in order, you need to have a goal that is beyond meeting a nice man. I say this respectfully. The number one question I get is so shallow is, where are the good men? Week after week, I come on here. Just yesterday, I did a live and I made a reel that I posted on every platform talking about where to meet nice guys. Nice guys is not enough, right? Do they have a similar vision for you in your life, right? Do you see yourself living with this person because they have all of the things and they want to execute the same way that you do? If not, it's not going to work. If not, it's not going to work. If you are vague with your goals, then you are going to continue to fall on your face. And it will be something like, well, he's a nice guy. I just don't know why I can't figure it out. Why? Because the two of you don't have a similar vision. And that's why we continue to struggle. So either you're meeting great guys, yeah, but it's not going in the right direction, or you're not even meeting the great guys, which we're going to take care of that on the training that's on Thursday, February the 12th at 7 p.m. The Partner You Deserve is live on Zoom and private. So make sure that you click the link. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, I put the link in the chat. If you're watching the replay, it'll be pinned in the comments. It'll be in the description. If you're watching this on Instagram, all you have to do is comment or DM the word deserve, and you will get the link to the training. It's $27. We're going to spend an entire hour, not with my bootleg whiteboard, but with slides that are going to go through the strategy that I teach my clients on how to get into the best relationship of their lives in under 12 months, many of them in under 6 months, right? But I like to underpromise and overdeliver. And that strategy, which is my a proprietary 5-step approach, is what is going to teach you how to do this thing and do it now and not wait till later, because we don't have later. If you're serious about getting your love life in order, time is of the essence, and it's time to do something different to get a different result. Okay. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I will be back tomorrow around this time. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but if you want to work with me, it starts with the training on Thursday. Okay, we're going to go through and I'm going to give you hard and fast, no fluff, step by step how I get my clients into the best relationships of their lives. We'll have some Q&A, and then I'll have an offer for you to work with me over the next 12 months at a huge discount. Don't miss it. Click the link. It's $27. All right, folks, I will see you tomorrow around 4 p.m. And if this has been valuable to you, make sure that you subscribe and you hit the notification button so you can get an alert when I go live. All right, folks, see you. Bye.